Hi everyone, I'm Jacko, your average bro, and today we're going to talk about Antigua, specifically the novel A Small Place by Jamaica Kincaid. But before we start, we have to establish the scenery. Here behind me is a view of St. John's Harbor in Antigua. The novel A Small Place uses second person, which is a rare way that books are written, and that's not all that is weird about it. Kincaid also uses a very repetitive and sing-songy tone, along with a lot of run-on sentences, and you might be thinking, how is that writing at all acceptable? When I write like that, I just get a bad grade. Well, the simple answer to that is just read the book. Well, the other answer is long. The first part that I mentioned is the repetitiveness of the novel, and that can be explained by the fact that this book is pretty much a rant against tourists, the British, and Antiguans. Think back to some time you were a tourist of anywhere. Another country, another state, another city, anywhere. How much time did you spend thinking about the people that live there and what it would be like to live there as a non-tourist? I'm willing to assume that it isn't all that much, just based on my own experiences. The second part about the British can be summed up in the colonization of Antigua that they did back in the 1700s, when they took people from Western Africa and made them their slaves. Now we all know just how amazing the British are, or I should say were, so that shouldn't come as a surprise. Kincaid said it would amaze even you to know the amount of black slaves this ocean has swallowed up. That was a quote from her novel. Still to this day, 91% of the Antiguan population is descended from those first slaves, including Kincaid. The reasons for her anger with Antiguans are more complicated. She starts by mentioning the Antigua Public Library with an impactful quote of, "Why is the old building that was damaged in the famous earthquake years ago, the building that has the legend on it, this building was damaged in the earthquake of 1974. Repairs are pending. Not repaired or put back into the place where it used to be." And to put that into context, the book was published in 1988, and the library didn't get repaired until just recently in 2014. That's 40 years of potential illiteracy. Just let that sink in for a minute. Another reason that she was mad at the Antiguans is how they haven't done a good job of self-governing. But that can all be blamed on just the overall corruptness in the nation's past leaders. Okay, you've made it this far through all the anger without clicking off or walking away. We're just about halfway done. You can do it. And now, let's pick a random page from the book and find something either sarcastic or about the British.
And the random number is 49!
The page number is 49. Aha! Here we go. In Antigua, cricket is a sport and cricket is culture. That was her way of saying that when the British invaded Antigua, they eradicated the old Antiguan culture and replaced it with their own. Alright, now it's time to move on to sentence structure and other grammatical things. Yay, so exciting. This can be explained by the tone of the book and how the second person is like she's talking directly to you, the reader, much like what I'm doing to you guys, the viewers. She uses the second person as a way to sound more personal with the reader, so they are more likely to feel deeply related to the subject. Now, let's move on to the overall message in the novel A Small Place. While some people might get defensive and say things like, well, am I never supposed to travel again? And some people would react in a way that makes them immediately want to try to solve every problem mentioned in the book. There really is no right or wrong way to feel about this book, and there definitely is no way to solve all the problems of the past and present with Antigua. And I think that just might be what Kincaid was getting at with the theme. There really is no good solution to every problem that she mentioned, and that's just how things are, and sometimes that's really the best you can ask for. Another thing to notice that could relate to the theme is how people in different situations view things differently. Use the first paragraph, for example, when she said, "You might say, what a beautiful island Antigua is, more beautiful than any of the other islands you have seen," along with when she said that Americans see North America as cold and dark. In the next chapter, she shows the British and how they probably view Antigua as a better place because of their colonization, along with a third chapter about the Antiguans and how they probably view Antigua as a poor, run-down tourist town. Next section. Oh look, it's trivia time. The question is, what is the name of the Antiguan International Airport? Is it A, Antigua International Airport, B, Antigua and Barbuda International Airport, C, A.B. Bird International Airport, Or is it D, VC Bird International Airport? The correct answer is, thank you, Ryan, VC Bird International Airport. VC Bird, or Veer Cornwall Bird Sr., was the first Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda. If you're like me, you would ask, why would Antigua name an airport after him and not something like a school? Well, did you know that at the time when A Small Place was written, tourism made up 60% of the country's GDP, or gross domestic product? Well, that's it for me today, guys. If you enjoyed, please drop a like down below and subscribe. And while you're at it, go subscribe to my main channel too, Jacko the Soccer Bro. It's going to be the first link in the description. I hope to see you all again sometime soon in another video. Bye!